When I got to be a father, I thought, right, my kids are going to have trampoline. And that was the stage when my wife came in on the act and said, no, trampolines are far too dangerous, you can't have a trampoline. And I thought, rubbish, they were cool at school, everybody was jumping on them. No, they're too dangerous. When I looked at it, I found she was right. Damn it, she was right. They give you this great bouncing surface that kids will want to jump on, and then you surround it with big bars of steel and springs and holes, and it's the kids' fault if they hurt themselves. And that was the challenge, is if I could come up with something that my wife would accept, maybe that's a worthwhile contribution and a cool invention. I didn't think about trampolines all those 14 years. It was one of these little hobbies that I had in the background for most of that time. If you're unfortunate enough to wriggle a little bit, you'll find that it just lets you down. Not a lot, not hard, but gently, and then it gets itself up again. This time we've got a bald patch inspector. Now with these little levers here, you can adjust it so you can get a very good look. Okay, so like this. Oh no, oh no, oh gosh, that's not fair. The Aquada is an amphibious car. You can press a button, the wheels fold up and the engine keeps going, and you've got a jet of water coming out the back, and you can drive around at 30 miles an hour, 50 kilometers an hour on the water. I got to the university environment, and then I could get some students to work on it with me, and that gave me an opportunity to actually build some prototypes and see how they worked. The very first Springfree trampoline, I didn't even know if it would work. This has got kebab sticks in here, put into holes that were drilled at an angle in my little drill press in my workshop at home. Yeah, in the edge we've got little pieces of plastic tubing out of my fish tank. But it was sufficient to show me that when you did this to it, it actually worked and it didn't collapse on itself. So I took all of that 14 years or whatever it is to get up to the stage where I had something that I thought was going to work for my kids, would work for other people's kids as well.
Well, the original design of the Springfree trampoline was built on square pipe. Wasn't what I would consider to be marketable, but that's not as a criticism to the design or the inventor, but just as to the consumer's sense of appeal. So we tried to round out the shape, we tried to develop an enclosure that fit without creating any kind of rigidity. So there's been a tremendous amount of change that's taken place over time, but the spirit of the design is still the same.